Hey guys, so I wanted to tell you a story about my crazy night. And by crazy, I don't mean I had a wild night of drinking and dancing. I want to talk about how whenever I seem to leave the house, shit just happens to me. I went to an event tonight at the Crown Casino, which is Melbourne's iconic casino. It's pretty awesome. They have giant flaming balls of fiery gas. That sounds like a digestive issue. I was there to talk about Neighbours vs Zombies and show a little clip of it, and I am trying to save money at the moment. So I am not taking money with me that I don't want to spend. So for this particular event, I knew that my parking was going to cost $6 for 6 hours, and so I only took $6 cash with me and left my cards at home so that I wouldn't spend any money that I didn't need to. Stupid! Don't do that. Always take emergency money. I'll tell you why. So I haven't been to Crown Casino in a long time and I forget where the parking lots are. And I just quickly raced in because I was running late, and I just parked in the first Crown Casino parking that I could find. Took out my little ticket stub. You know, you take that with you because you pay later, and off I went. So I did the talking thing, I showed the clip, I ate the free canapes, I had some free drinks, and then the whole team got shouted dinner at a restaurant, so I joined in for the free dinner and lovely conversation with amazing people. Then I returned to where my car was to pay for my parking and leave and go home, and this was like midnight and I was tired and I was wearing freaking 6-inch stilettos and my feet are blistered. Do you want to see my blister? I would show you, but I know Damie hates feet and I know she'll be watching this, so Damie, I saved your ass. There's a blister on my foot. So I made sure I got back to the parking lot like literally half an hour before my 6 hours was up so that I could, you know, give him a $6. So many sixes in this video. It's like it's sponsored by the devil. Put my ticket in and it comes up on the screen, $35. Shit. So I realized I have actually parked in the wrong car park. There is like a cheaper car park, but the one that I am in is like the special one for the gambling addicts who have to get as close as they can to the gambling area. I don't know how I ended up there, but it was $35 for the first 6 hours, and then $40 after that, and then $45, and it kept increasing with like every half an hour, so time was very precious at this point. So I'm like, okay, my car's stuck here at the casino because I can't afford to take it out because I only brought $6 with me like an idiot. How am I going to get my car out of the parking lot with $6? The first thing I did, as I always do in a crisis, is call my mum, even though it's late at night and she is asleep, and I have woken her up, and I'm very sorry, Mum, for that. There wasn't really much she could do because we live an hour away from the city, so it's not like she could come rescue me. So I'm standing there, I'm like, my mum can't help me, I've got $6, I'm in a casino. I could go bet some money and possibly make more money, and then I could pay for my parking, and that would be really smart. But I am terrified of gambling. It scares me. The idea of putting your money in and risking that you will get some more money out or losing that money. Like, what if I put my $6 in and then I get nothing, and then I have nothing and I have no means of, like, what if I need to use a payphone? What if my battery dies on my phone? And I was just like, you know what? Gambling, probably not a good idea. I would like to see like an alternate universe where I went and gambled and see what happens there, but I guess we'll never know. So I'm messaging Dan, telling him about my predicament. Not that he can help because he lives in Ireland. I needed to vent. So Dan's like, do you have any friends who live in the city? And I was like, well, not really, but my friend Chloe lives nearby. So I'm calling Chloe and messaging her and being like, hey, I'm stuck and I owe this much money and I didn't bring money with me and I'm an idiot and I'm really sorry. She was also asleep and I woke her up too. I was on the phone to her trying to figure out how we were going to get my car out. She was like, why don't you go up to the like exit and push the button and talk to the person, ask them if you can pay for it like via phone, like, because I could just give them my credit card number or something, but that didn't work and it was really embarrassing. So we didn't know what to do. And in the meantime, I've decided to park my car and go inside because I'm freezing, still hobbling around in these stilettos. Blister is like gaping. And while this is all going on, I am busting. I need to pee like crazy. But, and it's not that there weren't toilets around. There were toilets everywhere. But here's the thing. I didn't want to waste any time because every moment that I wasted was creating more cost on my parking ticket. Nah, can't pee, just gotta get this sorted, just gotta go, but not go, if you know what I'm saying. I remembered that my dad used to go to the casino every single night, and that if I was ever in the city and something went wrong, I could just go to the casino and call my dad and be like, hey, I need money, or hey, I need a ride home, or blah blah blah, and he would just sort it out. And so now my dad's in Lebanon, so I couldn't go get him to help me. Ugh. So then I am wandering around inside the casino, hobbling about, and for some reason I was just like trying to attract like money on the floor. Like in my head I was like, let there be $50 note just lying on the floor over there, and like somehow I would imagine that it appeared, and then I would be like, yeah, I can go home. I don't know what that logic is. Like, Luna, you don't have mind powers. You can't like magically create money from nothing. This is why I wish like your phone could have funds on it and you could just like scan your phone and all sorts of things. So then Chloe calls me up and she's like my absolute hero. She was like, I'm gonna go take some money out and I'm gonna come down and find you and give you the money so you can pay for your car to get out, and then I'll pay her back obviously. But she still had to get to me, and that would take like half an hour, and I was like bored and sad at this point, so I decided to go find Galactic Circus. If you don't know what Galactic Circus is, it's like basically a room full of arcade games. I was amazed how many young kids were in this place on a Monday night at like 1 a.m. Where are their parents? Are their parents upstairs gambling while they put their kids down here in this Galactic Circus thing to throw money into these little toy machines in exchange for tickets? It's like gambling for children. So that was happening. I took some selfies to send to Dan in the meantime to entertain myself. I managed to get into a little fire truck and I posed with the Terminator. Everything in there just made me feel really fearful for my life. Like there was like a headless mannequin. It was terrifying. Eventually I'm like, oh, it's getting close to when Chloe should be here. I'm gonna go wait outside on the corner so when she drives past she can see me. This cab pulls up and these girls get out. They couldn't have been much older than 18, 19, and they're all like drunk. And they're from New Zealand, I find out, because they're trying to figure out how to get into the casino and the door was right behind me. And I'm like, oh, girls, you can just go through this door, you know, they're trying to cross the road all drunk. And I was like, no, you can just go through this door. It's much safer and easier. And they're like, oh my God, we just had like the worst cab driver. Basically, they told me that in their drunken state that they were trying to take a selfie with the cab driver and he wouldn't let them. So he eventually kicked them out on the corner. We were just trying to take a selfie with him. I'm sorry, that was a really bad New Zealander accent. So I direct them up the stairs and get them all safe, and I'm waiting for Chloe, and she finally pulls up like a majestic steed chariot thing, and we do a little exchange of the monies. It looks like we're doing a drug deal, but I give her a big hug, and I feel so sorry for her because I woke her up. I hobbled back through Crown to get back to my car to rescue it. But to get back to my car, I had to go back through the gambling section. And they always check your ID to get through there. The legal age limit is 18 here. I am 26. Why are you asking me for ID? It's probably because I look like I'm 12. So while I'm getting checked for ID, these two bald men walk in front of me and start going down the escalator before me. And then I go down behind them and they turn around and they're like, nice hair. And I was gonna say the same back, but then I realized that I couldn't because they were bald, both of them. So I just kind of like went, oh, thanks. Yeah. In a normal situation I would be like, oh wow, your hair's really nice too, I really like yours, or I don't know, find something else to compliment them about, because I'm all about that compliment exchange rate. They didn't seem to care that I didn't compliment them back, because the next thing I know, they're like, hey, do you want to join us for a beer? We'll get you some cake. Oh my God, I would love some cake, but is this the equivalent of like a pedophile giving free candy to a child to lure them into a trap? I could not accept this free cake. I denied free cake on a really bad night where everything was going wrong. I could have had free cake, and I said no. Raced back to my car. I was still busting to pee, but you know what I said? You can't waste time because it'll get more expensive, and I don't have any money on me, and if it gets more expensive, then I'm not gonna... That, exactly. So I drove for an hour to get home whilst being busting in the first place. So when I got home, I pretty much just ran to the toilet, and that was the end of my night. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my exciting story. This is, you know, just a reminder to everyone to bring other forms of payment with you when you leave the house, or you will get screwed like I did. Anyway, that is all I've got for my dramatic evening, but I had a really fun night before all the drama, so yeah. I will leave you with that, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Conquer, you will not conquer me. I will... Oh my God! Guys, I nearly died. Then all you gotta do is start painting in order of the colours that you want to use. So I'm just lathering on this devilish. You look too cute. Too cute.
You sure? Oh, I can't even. I'm melting.